like to call to order the 25 September 2023 Jackson County Commission meeting, and I'd like to welcome everyone being here tonight. We do have a busy and important agenda tonight in new business, and we have several items in our work session tonight that we will discuss. At this time, I would like to ask Mr. Manning, our county administrator, to please call the roll to establish a quorum.
District 1, Mr. Gully.
Present.
District 2, Mr. Kimmer.
Present.
District 3, Mr. Butler.
Present.
District 4, Mr. McBride.
Present. We do have a quorum. Thank you very much. Next, I'd like to ask our county attorney, Mr. Porter, to please offer invocation, and Commissioner McBride will lead us in our Pledge of Allegiance. So if everyone would please stand.
God, our Father in heaven, we're blessed to live in this wonderful country and this county that we all call home. We're thankful for these blessings. I pray you'll continue to watch over us and guide us and give us great direction and great comfort. We pray that you'll give these men that make decisions for the people of this county wisdom and discernment, also compassion. So God, we pray all these things in Christ's name. Amen.
Amen.
Petition, salute, pledge.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. This time I'd like to take a little pause in our agenda and just to let everyone know that Friday last week, a great citizen of Jackson County passed away, Mr. Bob Word. Today they held funeral services for him. He has served Jackson County in a great number of ways. But a little bit of his background: in 1955, he graduated from Auburn. And in 1985, 1987, he was the president of the National Auburn Society. He was a career war veteran. He was a first lieutenant and served in a field artillery unit. Bob Word had a tremendous impact not only on the city of Scottsboro as well as Jackson County, and I believe that he will be greatly missed. So let me know if anybody would like to add any comments.
Yeah, I'd like to say that it's quite the honor knowing Mr. Word, even in a limited capacity. Name and reputation preceded, and when I finally got to sit in the audience with him, it was absolutely what everybody ever said. Just a true Southern gentleman, a man of his word, just a person that really strove to make things better for everybody who's around. And I mean, I was an absolute nobody, and he devoted time and energy to help me with the questions that I had, and really showed me how to live my life in a better way of service. And so I'm very, very thankful for having met him, and Mr. Word will greatly be missed, but he will be forever remembered.
Anyone?
Well, Bob was a longtime business associate and a friend of mine, done a lot of development with him through the years. He brought a lot of prosperity to Jackson County, and he loves Scottsboro and Jackson County. And he invested a lot of time and money and development into the city and the county here. He'll be greatly missed.
Okay. Well, with that, as I say, all of us believe that he will be greatly missed, and our thoughts and prayers with his family today. At this time, you have an agenda that's in your packet. So do I have a motion to approve the 25 September 2023 agenda?
I'll make the motion.
We have a motion. Do we have a second?
Second.
We have a second. All in favor say aye. Motion carries. Thank you very much. Do we have any awards or presentations tonight? None. Do we have any public comment? None. Okay. Thanks very much. So we'll move now into the new business portion of our agenda. As I said, we have quite a bit of important business to take care of tonight. But first, in your package, you will find the minutes from the August 23rd or 28th, 2023 meeting. Do I have a motion to adopt the minutes from the August 28, 2023 meeting and work session?
I'll make that motion.
We have a motion to have a second.
I'll second.
Second, any discussion? If not, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Thank you very much. Next in the item of our new business is a motion to approve and sign a resolution changing the polling place from the fire hall at 893 County Road 175 Estill Forks to it was what it was at 3928 County Road 9 Estill Forks. The resolution states, be it resolved by the Jackson County Commission at our regular meeting that the voting location for local, state, and national elections for the Estill Fork precinct shall be moved from its current location at the fire hall at 893 County Road 175 Estill Fork, Alabama to 3928 County Road 9 Estill Fork, Alabama, beginning with the next election and continuing thereafter. It is further resolved that the notice be published and distributed as required by law. Do I have a motion to approve and sign the resolution changing the polling place from fire hall at 893 County Road 175 Estill Forks to it was what it was at 3928 County Road 9 Estill Forks?
I'll make that motion.
We have a motion. To have a second?
I'll second.
We have a second. Any discussion? If none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Thank you. Next item on new business is a motion to approve and sign a resolution and agreement for Jackson County Nutrition Program for our Council of Aging. It is the same agreement that we enter into every year for our Council of Aging. The resolution states for Jackson County Council of Aging that the Jackson County Commission enters into an agreement with a third-party transportation service contracting agency for fiscal year 2024. And further resolved that agrees to provide third-party transportation service at approved, fully allocated cost rates. And further resolved that Jackson County Commission Jackson County Commission authorizes the COA director to execute the aforementioned agreement. Do I have a motion to approve and sign resolution and agreement for Jackson County Nutrition Program and Council of Aging?
I'll make that motion.
We have a motion. Do I have a second?
Second.
We have a second. Any discussion? No further discussion. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Thank you. We have several hiring recommendations tonight to fill positions within our county. The first is a recommendation to fill the vacant Paint Rock Senior Center Manager position before the Council of Aging. The hiring committee is recommending that the Paint Rock Senior Center Manager position be filled at a grade 2, step 1. And it is recommended by our Director of Jackson County Council of Aging, Mr. Coleman. So do I have a motion to approve the hiring committee's recommendation for the vacant Paint Rock Senior Center Manager position for Council of Aging?
I'll make that motion.
We have a motion. To have a second?
I'll second.
We have a second. Any discussion? If none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Next in your packet, you have a recommendation for 3 HMT1 positions to be filled based upon hiring committee recommendation. Mr. Campbell has placed forward the recommendation that's based upon the committee's selection after interviews conducted on September the 12th to fill the vacant HMT1 position at Public Works with a pay to be set at a grade 4, step 1. If you will notice in your packet, there are 3 positions to be filled, and we will fill them all with one motion. And they're all at grade 4, step 1, HMT1 positions. So do I have a motion to approve the hiring committee's recommendation for 3 vacant HMT 1 positions for the Public Works Department.
I'll make that motion.
We have a motion, to have a second?
I'll second that.
We have a second, any discussion? If none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries, thank you. In our last work session, we had a discussion about speed limit on County Road 338. In your packet is a resolution to fix that speed limit at 30 miles per hour. The resolution says, whereas the Jackson County Commission, on the basis of an engineering and traffic investigation, determines that the maximum speed permitted under Article 8, Title 32 of the Alabama Code for County Road 338 is greater than is reasonable and safe under the conditions found to exist on the paved road. Now therefore, it is resolved that the proper maximum speed for County Road 338 from County Road 38 to County Road 38 is set at 30 miles per hour at all times. Do I have a motion to approve and sign the resolution regarding County Road 338 speed limit?
I'll make that motion.
We have a motion, to have a second?
Second.
We have a second, any discussion or questions? If not, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Also, in our last work session, we had a discussion about a desire to extend the contract for employment for our county administrator, Mr. Bob Manning, from 1 October 2023 to 31 December 2024. The employment contract renewal states that the employment agreement is effective October the 1st, 2023 between the Jackson County Commission and Mr. Manning. The commission employs the employee for a period, as I said, of October the 1st, 2023 through December 31st, 2024. The employee is employed as an unclassified exempt employee rendering professional managerial services as the Jackson County Chief Administrative Officer for Jackson County, Alabama. Do I have a motion to approve and sign contract for the county administrator?
I'll make that motion.
We have a motion, to have a second?
I'll second.
We have a second, any discussion? If not, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Next item on the agenda is approval of our county budget. In your packet tonight, you have a summary of our county budget. As we enter this discussion, first I want to say thank you to all of our department heads and all of our staff that has helped us as we have worked through the preparation for our 2024 county budget. We started this process in July. We had at least 3, maybe 4 sessions regarding the county budget, and we went in great detail in each one of our departments, looking at potential revenues as well as expected expenditures. And so, after a series of meetings, our commissioners have agreed on a budget, and I'd like to thank each one of them for their time spent as we have looked at all of our departments and the budget items. A summary of the 2024 budget for Jackson County. The total budget and the expected or planned revenue is $29,179,329, with expected expenditure of $28,400,970. That leaves a margin, a revenue margin, of $778,359, and that margin comes from general fund margin expected to be $304,000. Solid waste margin expected to be $268,000, and county park margin expected to be $155,000. This budget funds all activities and all departments support for our citizens from our Jackson County. And that includes our general fund, our public works department, our emergency management agency department, our council of aging department, our jail, our solid waste department and our county park, as well as in the general fund. Our general fund budget is expected revenue of $10,701,450 with expected expenditures of $10,396,692. In the general fund, funds, probate judge and the probate office, the commission, the courthouse maintenance department, the sheriff's department, including the courthouse security and animal control, our revenue commission, mapping and appraisal office, our coroner, the jail, our emergency management agents, and council of aging. With this budget, we had the opportunity to do some things that we have been working to try to accomplish. First is we will be able to add 2 patrol deputies to our sheriff's department. The Jackson County Sheriff's Department has a tremendous responsibility for a county of this size. And candidly, I think they have been understaffed for quite a few years. And we take this opportunity with this budget to add 2 additional patrol deputies. Still not enough, and we will continue to try to work on that to add more in the future. The other item that we worked on was to establish another road crew for our public works department that will help us get more roads done at a faster pace. And with that, we will add a public works crew that will be comprised of 2 HMT1s, 1 HMT2, 1 HMT3, and a lead position. And that road crew will be assigned to do strip paving for our county, which means that if we have stretches of our road that have a large number of issues with potholes or whatever, that we're able, rather than just continue to fill potholes, we'll be able to repave stretches of a quarter mile, half a mile, or whatever the distance would be needed. We think this will be a great addition to our ability to serve the citizens of Jackson County with road work. We will add 1 additional maintenance custodian to our maintenance directorate. Also, we continue to work to try and bring our pay rate for our county employees somewhat comparable with the private sector, and that will take a long time to do. And we have worked for a couple of years trying to increase pay. We still get letters from our county employees saying how much they enjoy their jobs, how much they like working for Jackson County, and appreciate the opportunity they've had to work here. But in many cases, these young people realize that they have to take care of their families, and the pay that we're offering them does not adequately help them do that. And so, again, this year, we're going to work to raise our employee pay. We will fund a 5% cost of living allowance for all of our county employees. Also, regarding our employees, the family health coverage runs about a month, over $800 a month for our employees to pay out of their paycheck for family health. Last year, we started a process of trying to supplement that to reduce that cost to them. Last year, we budgeted $150 for employees that are taking family health insurance, $150 a month to help with the cost of family health insurance. This year, we're going to add $100 to that, and we will raise our supplement to $250 a month to help offset the cost of family health insurance. Still got a long ways to go. Still have our employees paying over $600 out of their pocket for health insurance, and we will continue to try in the future to work on that. So those are the things that we hope to and were able to approve this year with our budget. So with that, let me ask if I have a motion to approve the FY 2024 Jackson County budget.
I'll make the motion.
We have a motion. Do we have a second?
I'll second.
We have a second. Any questions or discussion? or comment?
I just want to echo what you said earlier about the amount of work that went into this, every department. Bob, your crew doing an outstanding job as always. Michelle, thank you for the extra work that you and Tiffany put in. Thank you for that. It's doing this budget is a big deal, and so thank you for putting the extra time in, because trust me, there is not a let's just do the same thing we did last year and add a little bit of money to it. It is an analysis of every line item to see where the money is going and how it can be better spent. So I'm very thankful for all the work that goes into that.
Any other comment? One last comment I will make is we tried to take a very conservative approach to this budget. We tried to we took an approach of underestimating revenue. And regarding expenditures, we took an approach of let's be conservative with that and try to overestimate the expenditure. And so I think we do have a very effective budget with the 2024 Jackson County budget. So thank you very much. So if no further discussion, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Thank you. Next, we have three boards that we need to make some appointments for. And in your packet, you have information regarding applicants for those boards. First is the E911 board. Mr. Tim Kennison had to submit his resignation. They were moving, and so that leaves a board opening to fill an unexpired term. The expiration date of this term would be July 2025. We have 6 applicants for this board opening, and I would say we have a great slate of applicants for this board. They include Mr. Joshua Whitcomb, who is the Deputy Director of our EMA organization, Mr. Patrick Allen, who is the Hollywood Fire Chief, Mr. Lynn Tidmore, a firefighter, has been involved with EMT and a business owner, Mr. Aaron Toller, a 911 dispatcher, Ms. Cynthia Hollingsworth, has worked for NASA, has worked for the Air Force headquarters as contract specialist in both of those organizations, has a lot of background in contract and budgeting. And Mr. Eddie Teague, who is a member of the Dutton Fire Department, is the rescue squad captain here in Scottsboro, and is a member of the Soil and Water Conservation District Board. So at this time, do I have a nomination for a position as a board member of the E911 board?
I have a nomination. I'd like to nominate Patrick Allen out of that good group of applicants.
So we have a nomination for Mr. Allen. Do I have a second?
No, sir.
We have a second. Any discussion? If not, I'll ask Mr. Manning to conduct a roll call vote.
Mr. Gully,
Yes.
Mr. Kittimer,
Yes.
Mr. Buckner,
Yes.
and Mr. McBride.
Yes.
So with that, we have a unanimous vote, and so Mr. Patrick Allen will be appointed to fill the unexpired term for the E911 board. Next in your packet, we have another unexpired term position to be filled with our Jackson County Department of Human Resources. We have the one opening. We do have 4 applicants. Again, we have great applicants for this position. We have Mr. Kelly Jones, doctorate in nursing practice and an instructor at Northeast Alabama Community College for nursing. Ms. Hollingsworth volunteered wherever we needed her, so we have put her name in this as well. Mr. Max Fuller is a foster parent and wants to serve, and David Atkins. Mr. David Atkins was a Camp Freedom Gates counselor and is the counselor at Skyline High School. And in his roles, he has supported numerous agencies to include the Jackson County Sheriff's Department, Mountain Lakes, the District Attorney's Office, and DHR. So, given those four candidates for this one board position, do I have a nomination?
I'd like to nominate David Atkins.
David Atkins, so we have a nomination for David Atkins. Do I have a second?
I'll second that.
We have a second. Any discussion? If not, would ask Mr. Manning to conduct a roll call vote.
Mr. Gully,
Yes.
Mr. Kittimer,
Yes.
Mr. Buckner,
Yes.
Mr. McBride.
Yes.
Okay, with that, Mr. Atkins will be appointed to fill the unexpired term of the Jackson County Department of Human Resources Board. And that expiration date on this term will be September the 31st, 2027. Next in the packet, we have Jackson County Health Care Authority Board. We have two openings. We have two applicants for this position. Christy Crawford Washburn, a former employee for Highlands, 25 years, as well as is pursuing her MBA in healthcare. And Ms. Hollingsworth, again, has volunteered to, needed to step into a position here. The expiration date for this position will be September the 30th, 2029. These two positions are full-term positions. The expiring terms are Mr. Stacy Ledwell and Mr. Hal Nash, in these positions. So we will take one position at a time to fill Mr. Ledwell's position. Again, we have two candidates. Do I have a nomination?
I will nominate Christy Crawford Washburn.
So we have a nomination for Christy Washburn. Do I have a second?
I'll say.
We have a second. Any discussion? Mr. Manning, if you will conduct a roll call vote.
Mr. Gully,
Yes.
Mr. Kittimer,
Yes.
Mr. Buckner,
Yes.
and Mr. McBride.
Yes.
Okay, so Christy Washburn will be appointed for a full term for the Jackson County Healthcare Authority Board. So next we will take nomination to fill the position vacated by Mr. Hal Nash. Do I have a nomination?
Miss Cynthia B. Hollingsworth.
We have a nomination of Ms. Hollingsworth.
I'll second that.
We have a second. Any discussion? If not, Mr. Manning, a roll call vote, please.
Mr. Gully,
Yes.
Mr. Kittimer,
Yes.
Mr. Buckner,
Yes.
Mr. McBride.
Yes.
Okay, so unanimous vote. So Ms. Hollingsworth will be appointed to the Jackson County Healthcare Authority Board. So, I want to say thanks to everybody that applied. The boards that we appoint members to, they are critical boards for Jackson County to help those agencies conduct the business that they have for our citizens. So thank you. That concludes our new business section portion of the agenda tonight. We will move into the work session. Discussion items, we have solid waste, community cleanup.
Thank you, Chairman, Commissioners. I believe before you have a rough draft of what we've come up with on a community cleanup schedule. This is we're starting fresh. They used to do it several years back and ended up stopping. So we're trying to bring it back and revamp it. You can see here where it's mostly large items is what we're looking at, stuff that people can put in their trash cans. How I started out doing it, again, this is just a stepping stone, but I thought we could start off with the 13 municipalities, but subtract the ones that have their own solid waste service. And then we also added at the top, Bryant, North Mount Park, because the county owns that park, so I figured that'd be a good starting point. But I thought this would be a good, instead of biting too much of the apple, just take a small bite and do these,
Not to correct you, Mr. Skipper, but, North Sand Mountain Park is in Higdon, not Bryant. You might want to correct that, in case you start advertising, then you might not have some confused citizens out there.
thank you.
Bryant's a good ways on up the mountain.
Right. Again, this is kind of an old format we kind of replaced, so I didn't look into that. Sorry about that.
It's okay.
But we can take the Bryant community. But yeah, again, you can see where it's large items such as appliances, furniture, scrap metal will be accepted at the community cleanup. And we plan on doing this on Saturdays, is what we're looking at. 7 a.m. to 1 p.m. And then also on Fridays, if you have a large item and you don't want to wait till your community cleanup, you can bring it to solid waste from 6 to 2. Again, no paint, no batteries, or household trash. Then the recycle tire program, you can bring tires to the solid waste facility any day, Monday through Friday, 6 to 2. But we'll have a trailer and a truck at the community cleanup, at each community cleanup for scrap tires as well. And then at the bottom is something we're kind of trying to push back again, keep Jackson County beautiful. One way we believe you can make a difference is join Adopt a Mile program. This is the website you can go to, but also we have brochures at solid waste facility and at the commission office on the Adopt a Mile program.
Okay, any questions?
Mr. Skipper, could we possibly add Princeton to this list?
Yeah.
Something in that area. I know you said we're start with this group, but if we could add that to the list.
And that was, I think in the past they done it at Holly Tree Grocery.
Yes, sir.
So that'd be,
That's where they always did it in the past.
Well, that doesn't exist anymore, so we may need to check with the owners of that property.
Well, they actually did it across the street there on the right of way.
But there's a
yeah, I'll find a location.
Yeah. There's
Okay.
a church there,
Okay.
now, isn't it? Is that church right there?
Before the
Okay.
So this is Holly Tree? Okay.
Sounds good. That would get that area was quite a way from the trail.
Okay, any other comment?
The only suggestion I would have is geographically, if you could kind of balance it out, like if you're going to go to Higdon, then maybe something in not the next town over, but so that.
And how we plan on doing it is with the municipalities where we can reach out to them and say, hey, can we use your community center or your town hall facility to do it? And then we'll kind of start with, hey, what day works with you? Because I understand, not every day work. So I just put it in here kind of alphabetical order is all I've done. And, but yes, we would like to try to bust it up, because just because you live in Higdon, don't mean you can't take it to Dutton on a community cleanup. We're fine with that.
Okay,
Thank you, sir.
I'll get with you later, but I'd like to look at doing something maybe in the Long Island area over across the river.
well, I think it's a great idea that we're looking at places that we can put in and help this. I think I'm glad to see we're moving to start doing something we have done before and stop. I think this will greatly help with the idea of keeping Jackson County beautiful, and I think this is a service that a lot of folks have been asking us about, and this will greatly help.
Then you may want to check the mileage difference too from Higdon to Bryant. You may just want to keep Bryant on the list, but Higdon's where the park is.
Okay.
Right,
Okay. I'm not sure this is something we have to vote on. I think it's just an information item that we wanted to let folks know we're gonna start doing this. I would like you to bring it back when you start getting dates.
That would be my next step, is reaching out, getting dates set up, and then bring it back to y'all.
And would ask the commissioners, take a look, continue to look at this list and see for other places that we want to add to this list. Okay? Thanks very much, and
Yeah.
appreciate the work you guys are doing, looking at initiatives to help our county.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. Next, an item that comes up every year this time, and we will take this up more in one of our October meetings, but Christmas coming and the New Year's coming, and so looking at the schedule for that, would recommend that we consider Friday, December the 22nd as a day, holiday, and Friday, December the 29th as a day of holiday. And so just we'll put that on the agenda for a future meeting to vote on. Just wanted to get that before you so that you have the chance to think about that as we bring it up. Any comment?
Yeah, just, I know when we start taking days off, toward the end of the year, that we've got to make sure we advertise, because a lot of people are waiting till the absolute very end to pay taxes with revenue. And so we need to, if we're gonna take those days off, we need to make sure we publicize it so people aren't driving a long way and finding a locked door.
Okay.
Mr. Chairman.
Absolutely agree, yeah.
The 25th of December this year is on the fourth Monday meeting night,
Okay.
so you might want to address
And
that.
so we will, as we set the agenda for December, we will move it to the Tuesday following the holidays, on the 25th. Good point. Thank you. Okay, with that, we'll move to Public Works. I think there's been some addition to ADM grants for public works. So, Mr. Campbell.
Thank you, Chairman. I will address you all from here if that's okay. This is the information I'm going to share with you as a follow-up to resolutions you all have passed in support of grants that have been applied for the ADM stormwater program. As additional money became available, you will probably recall the additional grant that was applied for subsequent to the $150,000 grant. The second grant was a $300,000 grant. And our department participated in a webinar on 9/14, in which one component of that was ADM spokesperson Eric Reddy that spoke about the grants, the fund availability, and the steps that lied ahead. The next day, we actually did receive notification that both projects were approved, the 150 and the 300,000. So just for your reference, that is County Road 88, County Road 32, and County Road 365 bridge culvert replacement projects. Those projects will have to be performed in-house, and our equipment and labor portion of that project will count as in-kind match. So the agreements, we are told, will follow soon. So once received, we will bring those forward for your approval.
Now, these are the prefab drop-ins, is that?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And we'll be responsible for demolition, clearing out, forming, dropping, paving back with just this money. Is that what you're referring to as your in-kind?
That's correct.
Okay.
Okay. Any other comment, question?
No, just super excited. Thank you, Jonathan, because this work needs to be done, and being able to go out and get grants like this is just it's needed, but it's a blessing to all of us, because we're having to pick and choose projects, and every time you get something like this, it just allows us to take our money and go somewhere else. And so we're thankful for what you do on this.
Thank you.
May I ask one question? Can you
Yes,
give us
sir.
a quick update while you're there on 119 Bridge?
So we're in a limited POs are cut off essentially till we roll over. So we plan on returning the surface on that road, but we need to be able to purchase things. So after October 1 is our goal for getting that back. But the bridge is open.
Yeah, I went
Return
to
the
it
surface.
yesterday. It looked good.
Thank you.
Okay.
It's a tremendous improvement.
Thank you.
Jonathan, I also want to say thank you. You guys have worked hard looking for grants and putting the paperwork in and been very successful this year. So thank you.
Thank you.
With that, that's the last item in our work session for today. At this time, move to reports from the staff, county administrator.
Just, thanks to everyone on the budget work, all commissioners, department heads, especially HR and all the work they have to do, and all the department heads, and some other people joined them too. So, a lot of work involved there, and we appreciate every bit of it.
Okay, next, county engineer. Anything else?
Nothing, sir. Thank you.
Okay, any other department heads? Sheriff, anyone?
Chairman, just thank you for the 5% raise for the employees, well deserved and much needed, and also thank you for the 2 deputies. If we can find some, we will definitely put them to use.
Well, again, I want to say thanks to our commissioners. Going into this budget cycle, there was unanimous agreement that we had some work to do to try and help, and we were able to accomplish that with their help. County attorney.
I don't have anything back.
Okay.
That is great to hear.
Okay. So at this time, we'll move to comments from our commissioners. District 4, Commissioner McBride.
Sir, can I address the commission?
I'm sorry, sir?
Can I address the commission?
We have you addressing the commission in an executive session.
Why should we go into executive session?
We will in just a moment, sir.
Well, I mean, the public needs to know what I do and what my job is, instead of going into an executive session. Do you not feel that's not right?
I'll let you have the platform on your job, but we're going to go into negotiations on this issue, and I'd like to have some discussion of options on that issue.
That's fine.
But if you'd like to address your job,
I just want to address the job because I don't think the commission or the public actually knows what my job is. I'm the county coroner, and I have a select few deputies that helps me with my office. Our job is the disposition of a dead body. And we have to work closely with the sheriff's department and all police departments. And it's not that we go out there and just look at a body and say they're dead, we're leaving. We stay with that body, we make sure that body gets to where it needs to go. The public don't understand that. Yeah, I'm an elected official, and I handpick my deputies because they need to know what's going on, and they do a great job for this office in this county. And citizens of Jackson County don't need just anybody being a coroner. We treat everybody with respect, whether it's a criminal or it's the richest person in the United States. But I'm just saying that if my deputies don't make hardly any money, and I want the public to know that, you know, they go out on a limb to satisfy the public. And we, it's not as easy a job. I did want the job because I felt I ran for coroner for the simple reason of getting the coroner's office out of a funeral. That's why I ran for coroner. I've been coroner for 16 years. I was chief deputy coroner for 20 years. So anyway, when we get into executive session, we'll talk more about what the whole issue is with the coroner's office. Okay? Thank you.
and so everyone knows, that discussion will be discussion of negotiations with the county, with Highlands Hospital. And we will make that certainly public, but we need to look at some options as we discuss that.
Well, let me say this. If anything, I understand y'all are elected officials. I'm an elected official, sheriff's elected official, and all elected officials. If there's any changes in my office, I expect to know it. I do not want to be blindsided with something. Okay? I expect to know it. Thank you.
Okay. With that, we'll move to comments from the commission. District 4, Commissioner McBride.
Yes, I'd just like to say what a pleasure it is to work with this group of men. Working on things like the budget, it wasn't easy, and I appreciate all the work that everybody, Michelle, Tiffany, Mom, and all others that Bill, we all put our heads together and did what we thought we could do. People were like, well, how can you afford to give people a raise? And I'm like, how can you not afford to give them a raise? I wish it could be more, and hopefully, you know, in the future we'll do better, but we're doing what we can do, and trust me, we really appreciate our employees and are happy with what we can do to make them, their life a little bit better.
Okay, District 3, Commissioner Buckman.
Yeah, I want to bring further attention to Cynthia Hollingsworth. To me, that's what makes Jackson County great and will continue to make it great. And people like her coming to live here and wanting to serve. And I'm just thankful that we have anybody that wants to serve on any board, but to have that spirit of volunteerism that I want to be a part however I can be. And so it's just a wonderful testimony. And I appreciate her doing that.
Okay, thank you. District 2, Commissioner Kinnemer.
Just prayers go out to the Word family again, and very proud of being part of the budget and how it went through and all the good things that it looks like is coming for the next year. Very exciting.
Okay, District 1, Commissioner Gully.
Again, prayers and condolences going out to the Word family and our district judge, Judge Word, for his father's passing, and longtime business people in Jackson County and just all around good people. It's hard to replace folks like that. They really can't be replaced. But on another note, you know, I think things are looking good. We attended a mayor's meeting the other night at Langston, and it's a sign of good times when all the county's mayors can sit and work with county commissioners, and we can all work collectively for the betterment of cities and the county as a whole. So I really enjoy that little program that was started, and I enjoy working with everyone, and I think working together, we can achieve great things. Thank you.
Okay. With that, next meeting is scheduled for 10 October 2023. I'm sorry?
It's Tuesday.
Yes. So everyone knows the 9th is a holiday, and so we will move the commission meeting to the 10th of October. At this time, if I can get a motion to move into executive session.
I'll make that motion.
We have a motion to have a second.
I'll second.
We have a second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Thank you. Would like to ask the coroner to please stay. The sheriff, if you would please.